Can the NBA be any more woke? Well, we're going to find out soon. Now, I will give Adam Silver a little bit of credit here. Back in October of 2020, he promised fans that he was going to make it a point to make the NBA less political. They like to point to Enes Kanter as an example of this. Look, we blackballed the guy who was raising awareness about daddy. We asked him to stop talking about Chinese political issues. He refused, so we kicked him out of our league. We all know why the NBA tried to silence Enes Kanter. He was bad for business in the motherland. Adam Silver, he was on the receiving end of numerous spankings from his daddy, Xi Jinping. He got tired of not being able to sit down from having a blistered ass. His mouth was also sore from the constant fellatio. But for the most part, the NBA has tried to remain apolitical, especially this season. We haven't been pleasured with the woke musings of LeBron James. Giannis hasn't led the Milwaukee Bucks on a strike because some armed criminal was shot by the police. None of this has really helped the NBA in the ratings department. Although ratings are up double digits this season, seeing an increase over record low ratings the last 2 years isn't something that I would consider successful. This quasi-ban on mixing politics with the NBA, it is about to come to an end. Now, you may be wondering why. Did another cop protect the life of a black teenager so LeBron James will threaten his life? Did another statue of George Floyd go up, giving us the opportunity to worship our dead but living God every Sunday morning? Did the NBA decide to split revenues 50-50 with the WNBA, all in the name of equity? No, and no. The NBA is about to find themselves in the woke media crosshairs because they're about to be faced with a crucial decision. Should we move the All-Star game out of Salt Lake City next year? This continues an ongoing trend in professional sports. Well, kind of. That's not entirely true. The NFL doesn't stick the woke broom up their ass and move the Super Bowl or the Pro Bowl every time a social justice warrior gets hurt feelings. Major League Baseball, the NBA, they sure as hell do it, especially the NBA. Adam Silver gets a boner when he feels the love of woke Twitter. These grown men make me feel so good when they hit that like button and the thumb goes right up my ass. As you guys know, Rob Manfred, he moved the All-Star game out of Atlanta last year because of a voting rights bill in Georgia. He moved the All-Star game from Atlanta, a city made up of mostly black people, and moved it to Denver, a city where less than 10% of the population is black, a state with stricter voting laws than Georgia. They supposedly moved the All-Star game to help black people. We are standing up for the rights of African Americans. Yeah, great fucking job. Go ask all those black-owned businesses in Atlanta how moving the All-Star game to an all-white city helped them out. This is why I say all the time, the woke agenda uses black people. They use the LGBT community to further their own agenda. They don't give a shit about you. As soon as you no longer serve a purpose, they forget all about you. Back in 2017, the NBA moved the All-Star game from Charlotte to New Orleans. Why? Because the state of North Carolina decided they didn't want 44-year-old peeping Peter who wakes up one morning and calls himself Pauline. They didn't want that motherfucker using the bathroom with your 12-year-old daughter. Us normal people, we heard about this and thought, we don't need a law for this. I don't give a fuck what you identify as. If you have a dong, you use the men's room. If you're not comfortable with that, you can go fuck yourself. That's how normal people reacted. Not the NBA, though. No. The NBA, they heard about this law in North Carolina. They saw the pressure they were receiving from the useless mainstream media, and they punished Charlotte by moving the All-Star game to New Orleans, which was nothing but a giant virtue signal. In New Orleans, There are not transgender restrooms. You have men, you have women. There is no restroom for questioning or identifiers or bearded ladies like Leah Thomas. Last week, the Utah State Legislature, they overrode a veto from Governor Stephen Cox. The bill was HB 11, and it banned transgender children from playing sports. More specifically, it banned boys from playing girls' sports. Now, when I was growing up, if you were a boy and you played sports with girls on the playground, we called you a pussy. In 2022, if you're a boy, play sports with girls, they call you a hero. Look how courageous that boy is showing the world it's okay for boys to be pussies. This bill was initially passed in Utah. Governor Stephen Cox vetoed it. Now, he's not a Democrat either. Dude's a Republican. And I mention that because it goes to show you there are virgins in both parties. Stephen Cox, he vetoed this bill because he wants to evaluate these things on a case-by-case basis. He doesn't want an outright ban on boys being involved in girls' sports. In the name of equity, of course, we must keep everything equitable. This is the exact opposite of equity. For years, all we have heard about is toxic masculinity, female empowerment, girl power. All of it was bullshit. Women were being used to further an agenda. Social justice warriors know they cannot change America if strong men are around. So what they did, they used propaganda to manipulate male behavior. It really started with my generation, and it's really taken effect with the generation behind me. They used music, TV shows, movies to teach young boys to grow into the men they wanted them to be. Weak men. Think about the men we used to see in Hollywood. James Bond, Rocky, Batman. It was the same with music. Rap music used to be about tough dudes, masculine dudes. Now, critics back then called them thugs, and they did glorify elements of the street life. But at least they were masculine. Rock music, it was the same way. It was in your face. It was tough men. Now, think about the men they present to us now. Half of these rappers today, they're running around wearing lipstick and dresses. When was the last time you saw a movie with a dominant male figure? The modern Batman, he's not worried about saving Gotham City. He is worried about white privilege. Anyway, I'm rambling off topic again. So, the Utah State Legislature, they overrode the veto from Governor Stephen Cox. HB 11 is going to become law. The one transgender child with sick parents in Utah won't be allowed to play sports with the girls. Who fucking cares? Well, the NBA does, or they will, because they're going to be pressured to move the 2023 All-Star Game out of Salt Lake City. Matter of fact, the media pressure is already beginning. Headline over at SB Nation: Utah is going to lose the All-Star Game and the NBA is right to move it. SB Nation claims this bill targets an already vulnerable community. Oh, these evil bastards. They are once again punishing children. It's all about the kids. We must save the kids. Guess how many kids will be affected by this bill in Utah? Guess how many transgender K through 12 athletes this bill will affect? One. All of this fuss, all of this money wasted on this policy because one set of parents don't know how to raise their kid. Look, I know I don't have kids, so I have no right to judge people on their parenting skills. I'm out of my element. But I'm sorry. If you're a parent and you allow your child to transition genders, you're the fucking problem. The Utah Jazz released a statement opposing this bill. We oppose discriminatory legislation. We are all about inclusion, mutual respect, and fair play. Fair play? Fair play? Someone please tell me how allowing the 5'9", 15-year-old boy to play basketball against the 5'1", 15-year-old girl is fair play. Like I said, all of this is bullshit. All of this is over one confused child who, like everyone else in the LGBT community, is being used to further an agenda. The NBA, they have not made a decision yet on the All-Star game next year. Right now, it's in Salt Lake City. They did release a statement. It said, "We are working closely with the Utah Jazz on this situation." Let me translate that from woke bullshit to English for you. We are moving the All-Star game. We are just waiting for a busy news day so we can make our decision and hope it goes unnoticed. Since 2011, the NBA has drove away over 50% of their audience. They have completely lost the casual NBA fan. 2 years ago, they pushed away most white people by consistently calling us racist. And now, they're going to eliminate even more of what little audience they have left by supporting this transgender bullshit when it comes to kids. Mark my words, Adam Silver will fold. He will move the All-Star game out of Salt Lake City. The media pressure, it hasn't even really started yet. This story has not hit the mainstream. The only national outlet besides SB Nation that's picked up on it is NBC Sports. Wait until ESPN starts talking about this. We already know their stance on poisoning the mind of kids. Right now, Adam Silver is hoping this story doesn't go national. That way, he won't be forced to make a decision. He can just let it pass. But once the media pressure ramps up, Adam Silver will fold just like he always does. All right, let me know what you think. Will the NBA move the All-Star game out of Salt Lake City? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.